In Ilocos Sur, the average yield per hectare for tomatoes is 40 tons. If you bring it to the Ilocos Sur tomato paste plant in Mabilbi, La Santa, they will buy it at 2 pesos and 50 cents per kilo, and you will have a gross of 100,000 pesos per hectare. Good thing here, you can plant without thinking where to acquire the amount needed for your capital. Just give them the assurance that you will sell them your harvest and you can avail their financial assistance with zero interest rate. Engineer Felipe Mateo, the General Manager of ISTPP, stressed out that they can lend up to 45,000 pesos in every hectare planted with tomatoes. The process goes this way. First, a farmer should go to the plant and express his interest to avail the assistance. His name and the land area he intended to plant tomatoes will be included on the list after showing the land title and certification coming from their barangay captain to prove that he is a legitimate farmer and that he owns the property. In case he is just a tenant, he should secure an authorization letter from the landowner that he authorizes the farmer to enter into the agreement with the ISTPP. When the tomato season comes, the plant will provide them the tomato seeds that will be sowed, fertilizers, and pesticides to be used. They will also grant the amount needed for irrigating the tomato plants, wages for the farm helpers, and other budgetary requirements from sowing to harvesting.
Every farmer that participates in the program are given assistance by way of free loan or free interest loan ng mga seeds, pesticides, fertilizers, at saka cash requirement of about 12,000 pesos na gagamitin that they will use for land preparation, for irrigation, and for other labor needs of the farm. Maganda ho ito because walang interest at saka binibigay lang na libreng interest.
After collecting and weighing the entire harvest, they will calculate the sum you obtained from them to be deducted from the total payment of your crop. The difference will be your profit. Farmers should not worry about late payments, as it only takes few days to process the disbursement of their harvest.
Kailangan lamang bayaran pagkatapos ng anihan. That is deducted from the proceeds of the farmer's yield. Pag nag-deliver ng kamatis, kwentahan, bawas na yung binigay na advances ng seeds.
Cash on deliver, yes. This is what we try to do now. You know, official, we do not the project ready, but this we thought soon.
Engineer Mateo also explained that the farmer is entitled to additional 20 cents incentive per kilo if his yield per hectare is higher than the average of 40 tons, making it 2 pesos and 70 cents per kilo. If the yield is 50 tons or higher, the farmer is again entitled to another 20 cents in every kilo. ISTPP will pay you at 2 pesos and 90 cents per kilo. These incentives, according to the General Manager, are their way to encourage farmers to give their best and to avoid them from selling it to middlemen who are usually offering higher price.
Umabot po yan ng 45,000 pesos per hectare. At kung nakakuha siya ng 40 tons per hectare, that's about 100,000 pesos. I-deduct mo yung 45,000, kikita siya ng 55,000 pesos per hectare. Pero kung naka 50 tons siya, 135,000 ang gross minus 45, that's about less than 100,000. Maganda po ang kikitahin ng farmer sa kamatis.
Farm managers or technicians will be designated to every town. They will be responsible in field monitoring and make sure that the farmers are following the technologies they introduced. This way, the plant is assured that the tomatoes produced are of high quality.
Kailangan lang po sundin yung mga technology na binibigay ng mga technician. The technicians are well trained. We train them in all aspects of tomato production, and this is imparted to the farmer. Kailangan lang the farmer should follow the technology step by step. Alam namin na the farmers ay magaling lang magtanim ng kamatis, but meron din kaming technology na tutunan na pwede namin i-share sa farmer and they should follow it.
Araw-araw may kanya-kanyang schedule yung mga farmers ko na imo-monitor, sir. I-monitor kung nag-spray sila or lahat ng mga technologies na itinuturo namin sa kanila, imo-monitor na kung talagang ginagawa yung farmer. I-encourage ko ang farmer na dapat gawin yon para maka-harvest ng mataas. Most of my farmers, sir, talagang masunurin sila. Pero meron naman hindi sumusunod. Kasi yung mga new farmers, hindi sila marunong sumunod sa mga sinasabi. Ang ginagawa nila yung kanilang gusto. Pero pag nakita ko naman, hindi dapat ganyan, sabihin ko sa kanya.
Bawat 50 hectares, merong isang technician. At doon na siya assign sa kanyang area. Kung taga Narvacan ka, doon sa Narvacan ka assign. Kung taga Sinait ka assign. So kakilala mo na yung mga farmer, malapit ka pa. Hindi ka masyadong lalayo sa inyong bahay para mag-supervise. So maganda po ito. Kasi araw-araw nandun yung technician. Mayroon naman siyang cellphone, pwede siyang tawagan anytime. Kaya nakikiusap kami sa mga farmer, sundin lang yung technology na sinasabi ng technician. At kung may problema, tumawag sa technician. Kung hindi matawagan yung technician, tumawag sa amin. At papadala kami ng alalay sa mga farmer.
The Ilocos tomato paste plant was established in 1998 by the provincial government of Ilocos using funds coming from the Tobacco Excise Tax Law, popularly known as Republic Act 7171. It aims to persuade farmers who are planting tobacco from identified salty areas to plant tomatoes instead, to avoid producing low-quality tobacco leaves. The plant will serve as ready market for their tomato harvest, and there is no need for them to go to other provinces to sell their crop.
Well, maganda naman takbo. Nagpo-produce na sila ng tomato paste. At dito sa Pilipinas, ang dami nating ini-import na tomato paste. Kaya kailangan itong tomato paste. Itong proyekto ito, income-generating project. Kikita ito dahil ang nag-rehabilitate itong factory ito, yung pinakamalaking manufacturer sa Italy, si Mr. Ponzi, at represented by Mr. Severio. At sila lahat gumastos, nagdagdag pa ng mga makinarya, at ang sharing, 55 sa probinsya, 45 lang sa kanila. Hanggat mabawi nila, then babalik din sa probinsya. So wala tayong kalugi-lugi dyan. Yun ang purpose nito para matulungan natin ang mga magsasaka natin. Dahil kung wala ito, lahat ng presyo babagsak. So mamamatay lahat ang mga farmers natin sa kamatis. At itong sistemang ito, ang gastos ng probinsya, bigyan namin ng kapital yung farmer. Pag-deliver ng kamatis niya, may menos. So itong sistemang ito, gagawin natin sa lahat ng mga farmers dito sa probinsya ng Ilocos. Kung ano man ang tanim nila, peanut or corn, maski na ano, or high value crop. So suportahan natin at para makatulong sa mga farmers. Magandang patakbo nila nung araw, nasira lang nung tinake over ng lokal. So pumayag naman ako noon dahil ang reason nila, ba't tayo magbabayad sa mga foreigners? Magaling naman kami, sabi nila, kaya ako binigay. Yun nagkasira-sira. So ngayon, pabayaan natin sa mga foreigners na kakalam, sila magpatakbo, wala tayong kapital sa kanila, wala pang lugi. So maganda na yung kontrata ito na between the Italian group and ang probinsya.
After a year of operation, the NS International Incorporated, which supplied all the machineries and equipments of the plant, turned over the ISTPP to the provincial government, and the latter operated the plant singly. Then, time came that the delicate parts were worn out due to poor supervision that resulted to the delay of their operations. The tomatoes delivered that time were not processed, and the plant was not able to sell tomato paste to their clients. Because of that, the farmers never received the payments of their harvest, and this discouraged them to plant tomatoes.
Yung Ilocos tomato paste plant na nandiyan ngayon sa Santa ay brainchild po ni Governor. Kami po ang gumawa ng konting study. Kami rin ang nagpunta sa Italy para mamili ng magandang planta. At kami rin ang nag-training ng mga farmers and technicians para maumpisahan yung planta. Inoperate namin for 1 year. Pagkatapos niyan, tin-over na namin sa NS International. Siya na rin ang operate ng 2 taon. After that, ang planta ay pitatakbo ng probinsya until 2007. Well, one of the problem, isa sa mga problema, siyempre makina ho yan, kailangan maintain ng mga makina kasi kung hindi na may maintain, nalalagyan ng langis, nabubuksan yung mga bearings, yung mga moving parts, very soon masisira. Ganun ang basic problem. So, kung hindi mo na-process, kasi kung hindi na tumatakbo yung planta at nag-deliver ng kamatis, siyempre hindi yan mako-convert into tomato paste. So what happens is, wala na ngayon pambayad doon sa mga kamatis sa farmer. Hindi rin natin nabenta. So that's basically. So ang ginawa natin ngayon ay to make A1 condition for all the machinery para makapag-operate continuously to process 800 hectares or about 40,000 metric tons of tomatoes to be converted into paste.
But Governor Luis Chavez Singson never laid down his arms on the project. He talked to the Italian supplier Muccio Saverio of the NS International Incorporated, and they agreed to reopen the ISTPP by way of joint venture. Governor Luis Chavez Singson allocated 55 million pesos, while Saverio gave out 45 million pesos for the total of 100 million pesos to rehabilitate the whole plant. 55% of the total profit will go to the provincial government, while 45% will be the share of NS International Incorporated. They detached the defective parts and sailed to Italy for repair. The broken parts were replaced with new ones. After several months of rehabilitation, the tomato paste plant opened its doors again to the Ilocano farmers on April 7, 2011.
There was a joint venture signed by the province and NS to again operate the plant. And from there, we analyzed all the problems from the farm, recruitment, to planting, to harvesting, to processing, including the route of the tomatoes from the dumping area to the aseptic system. So we analyzed all the problems and we have instituted solutions to the problems that we have discovered. And we have also made an action plan for next year's operation or this year's operation, which makes us ready and prepared to operate for 800 hectares this year.
I rehabilitate the factory completely. This is my investment. The investment about 45 million, and I got a 45% the company, and the provincial invested 55 million. The quota is 55% of this are joint venture agreement, a contract. It's very simple. We try to do the best now. We try sooner or later, maybe we take over completely. Like this, we do better job, and I got the general manager, Engineer Matteo, is the best person in the factory and in the world. We really went to done the cost, went to done so many things, and I hope we reach we can compete with the China price. It's, any moment I get the contract, the big contract with Del Monte, which want to buy all production. So sometime I go in Italy for marketing, they put another line inside for package in Vetropack. And we can work at the factory all year.
Before its formal reopening, some 240 hectares of land was planted with tomatoes after providing capital to the farmers. The tomatoes harvested from it were processed during the testing phase. By doing this, they were able to detect the minor parts which are not running well and find solutions immediately. Now, the Ilocos tomato paste plant is very much ready for the next tomato season. Farmers from all over the province already committed 800 hectares to be planted with tomatoes after the rice season. A contract with CDO and Del Monte Philippines was already inked, and the ISTPP will supply them tomato paste starting next year.
Nag-set kami ng target. 800 hectares ang target this year. At saka marami na kaming eksperimento at saka technology na nakuha dito sa atin at sa ibang bansa na sineshare na namin sa mga farmer. At continuing ang research natin. Mag-research kami continuously para kung anong madiscover natin na maganda, yun ang sasabihin natin sa farmer. Number 2, continuing din yung training ng farmer at saka technician. Hindi kami titigil. Every Monday, nagmi-meeting kami ng mga technicians. So, inaalam namin ang problema. We have to find out what are the problems of the farmers so that we can institute solutions to the problem.
The plant can process 18 to 20 tons of fresh tomatoes every hour, or about 300 to 400 tons every day. First, the rotten and unripe tomatoes will be separated at the weighing bridge, letting only the matured fruits to enter the dumping area. The tomatoes will be channeled to the sorting area, where several workers are stationed to counter-check if there are still unripe or rotten tomatoes that were included. The fruits will be directed to the chopper to separate the essential part from its skin and seeds. The squeezed juice will then go to a tank to be cooked. Afterwards, it will be deposited in an evaporator before placing it to the bagging system and sealed into containers that can hold up to 220 kilos. Technicians are getting samples every 2 hours of production to check on the quality of the tomato paste produced. If they see the final product is of low quality, they will put it back to the tank and will be cooked again. This way, delivery of low-class tomato paste to clients is avoided, but no product will be put into waste.
Umpisahan una natin ng pag-harvest. Ang pag-harvest, naka-schedule ho yan. Hindi pwedeng mag-harvest yung farmer kung nakita niya may hinog. Kailangan antayin yung technician. Because the area is being scheduled. No? Lahat ng area mayroong schedule. Kung nag-harvest, if we harvest out of line, out of schedule, we cannot process. Because we will not pick it up. So they have to harvest on time as dictated or advised by the technician. Alright. Lahat ng kamatis na i-deliver ay bigay sa planta ay dapat walang bulok, walang sun scald, walang green at red ripe tomatoes lamang. Yung hinog na kamatis, pula. Yung green, hindi pwedeng tanggapin ho doon. Kasi hindi rin tatanggapin ng client natin. So from there, from the field, pupunta na sa weigh bridge, titimbangin yon at para malaman eksakto kung anong dineliver ng farmer. Kasi yun ang naging problema. Kuminsan, hindi alam kung ilan ang dineliver. So, sa weigh bridge namin, merong buong truck, tinitimbang, at saka pagbalik na walang laman, titimbangin din para makita mo yung net na kamatis. No? But bago lumabas yung truck sa farm, meron ng estimated weight doon. But ang confirmation doon sa weighbridge. Right from the weighbridge, ilalagay na yung kamatis doon sa tinatawag namin dumping area. The flume. Na nakikita natin yung water conveyor tumatakbo papunta sa sorting area. Now, doon sa flume at sa sorting area, merong mga sorters doon, kaya sorting area ang tawag, para kung meron pang nakita, may nakalusot na bulok, green, or may amag na kamatis, ay inaalis. Para nun, ang mga ganda lamang ang pumapasok sa chopper. Alright, pag lumabas na doon sa sorting area, pupunta na yung kamatis sa chopper. Sinachap yan, parang tinatantad, no? At pupunta na doon sa lutuan. Tinatawag nating hot break or cold break. Para noon, matigil na yung deterioration ng enzyme. At doon, from the hot break, pupunta na doon sa pag-alis ng buto at saka skin. Tawag natin para noon, yun lamang buto ang mahiwalay, yung juice ay pupunta na sa isang tangke. At from there, sa tangke, pupunta na sa tinatawag nating evaporator. Sa evaporator, doon linuluto ng gusto yung kamatis hanggang makuha yung gusto nating bricks, B-R-I-X, bricks, or NTSS. Pag tama na yung NTSS, halimbawa, ang normal na ginagawa natin dyan ay 29, 28 to 32. Kung nakuha na natin ng 28 to 32 NTSS, ay pupunta na doon sa aseptic bag. Bagging system. Aseptic system. Doon, linuluto pa ng konti, tinatawag ng sterilization, bago ipasok sa bag. Pag nasa bag na, pag every drum, at nakikita nyo siguro yung drum sa ay 220 kilos ang isa. Pag napuno na ho, sinasara yon at tinitimbang at nilalagyan ng label. For purposes of quality assurance, every hour, kumukuha kami ng 2 sample at ina-analyze doon sa quality sa laboratory. Kung merong hindi pumasa na sample, halimbawa mataas ang amag, mataas ang bakterya, binabalik yan sa process. O hindi yan nilalagay sa linya ng ibebenta. Tinatawag na reprocessing. Para masisigurado natin na lahat ng pumunta sa kliyente ay first class tomato paste. Sa mga kasama natin magsasaka sa Ilocos Sur, maganda po ang magtanim ng kamatis dahil ito ang pinakamalaking makikita sa farming. Sa kamatis, maka 40 toneladas lang kayo, kikita kayo ng 100,000 pesos gross, at kung i-deduct nyo yung cost of about 45,000, kikita kayo ng 55,000 pesos. Kung masipag kayo, kikita kayo ng 50 tons na kamatis sa isang hektarya, ay mahigit 135,000 pesos yan ang gross. I-deduct nyo yung 45,000, kikita kayo ng a little less than 100,000 pesos. Wala pong ibang produkto na mananalo sa kamatis. Pero hindi ko naman sinasabing lahat kayo magtanim ng kamatis. Ang sinasabi lang natin, napakagandang produkto ang kamatis. Dahil lahat tayo mahilig kumain ng pasta, spaghetti, sardinas. Lahat yan ay ginagamitan ng tomato paste. So kung kumakain kayo ng sardinas, kumakain kayo ng pasta, alam niyo na yung pasta ginamit yan ay galing sa inyo.